things I would look at in terms of imagination, if you take the primal forms, with the beige meme, the primal 100,000 years ago, and the natural milieu where humans have to be extremely acute in their senses and their feelings when rely on instincts to stay alive, as you have said. Then I think imagination is, well, you look at, go back a little later in 50,000 BC, where the images, your inner memories, imagination has to be so acute that you can do those extraordinary cave paintings that acquire an incredible acuity of feeling for the great mastodons, for all the animals. And thus, I don't think animals have ever been drawn more beautifully, more powerfully, and more realistically than in those things from 20 to 50,000 BC. And then when you go to what you call the purple meme, the magical place alive with spirit beings and mystical signs, that's where imagination just begins to become torrential, because you have a sense not only of this world, but of the world of spirit. And you are interacting with this world of spirit all the time. But you're looking at totems, you're looking at animals again with such acuity that they become spiritual powers. And then you go to the red meme, which is the jungle where the strongest and most cunning survive. And this is where you get imagination as the great powers of nature and the powers of others. And you begin to do portraits of people in their power, the emperor, the king, and you get to the blue meme, which is then religious. And this is where the religious artistry becomes so very, very, very important, whether it's Jesus on the cross or whether it is the Buddhas. And then the orange meme. And the orange meme is a marketplace full of possibilities and opportunities. And this is where, of course, where movies begin to come in, and the stories of different powers. Right now we're in big time orange meme in the movies, where you've got the Captain Marvels and the Spider-Mans and the Iron Man, and at the same time the rise of the feminine hugely, as in the Hunger Games, where you find these powerful people who have tremendous women of enormous powers of many different ways. And now the green meme, in which we share life experiences, and therein imagination is now beginning to move as, who are we really? What can we yet be? This is the possible human. What is the lure of becoming that is calling us to a larger reality? And now we're entering the next tier, the yellow meme, in which we are being able to say, but we are all over the world. We are part of a great undivided whole. And this is something that I believe, Don, is beyond globalism as we understand it. It is to a great confluence. We cross the great divide of otherness. And then you talk about the turquoise meme, where we have the interlocking forces between ourselves and the universe. And we begin to imagine what it is to be universal beings, to be the universal human, to have unique qualities that are both local as skill sets, as well as a new skill set in which we really begin to get in tune with the great oneness of which we have always been a part. And that is taking a whole new order of imagination, I think.